This is Steve Ridgel, and I want to tell you about something really special that happened last Sunday. There was a wedding. Tony and Trina got married. Now, you may be thinking, well, people get married all the time, and you're a preacher, so you're kind of into the wedding thing. And well, that's true, and I really enjoyed this one because Tony's brother Tim and I kind of officiated the wedding, and it was special and it was sweet, and it was an outdoor wedding in West Texas in June, so it was a little hot, but it was precious. But here's what makes this marriage and that wedding so special to us. It was the wedding of second chances. You see, Trina married her first husband years ago. It took her a while for her and Kelly to find each other, but they did, and they had a precious little girl, and she was pregnant with the boy that was going to be their son, and it was just a wonderful time. Almost 20 years ago, maybe a little over 20 years ago now, when Kelly, Trina's husband, father of that little girl and the baby she was carrying, he was killed in an oil field accident. It was a hard and a horrific time. It was hard for Trina, and she had to cling to her faith, and her family were great people of faith, and they surrounded her and loved her, and her sister Tracy and brother-in-law Tim really helped her with her children, and we were really involved because we've been close to that family a long time. Her parents helped, we helped. Our daughter Julie really was involved with them and helped them, and Trina struggled with her faith to ask all the questions you would expect to ask, but she hung on to that faith. But one of the questions that kind of over time came to the surface: would she ever love again? Is it possible to get a second chance at love? She had found the love of her life, Kelly, second only to Jesus. Can you really love again? Now, she's now married to Tony, so the answer is obviously going to be yes. But that was also a wedding of second chances, very much for Tony. You see, Tony grew up in a believing family. His father, raised by a single dad, but his father was very much a believer and raised Tony to believe in Jesus. And Tony tried, but boy, life sometimes gets in the way and Satan comes after you. And well, Tony lost his way for a long time. He'll tell you he got addicted to drugs and all the things the drug lifestyle brings in. And Satan liked to destroy Tony, but Tony deep down always believed in Jesus. Tony's brother Tim, who later officiates this ceremony, Tim really helped Tony, told Tony that God always would love him, would always forgive him. And Tim and Tony's father died. Got ready to do the funeral, and a lot of us went down there to support them because not only did we love Tim and Tim's wife Tracy, but Tracy, Tim's wife, is Trina's sister. And so as Tracy went to support her husband and brother-in-law in the death of their dad, Trina went with her to support her sister. And I still remember to this day laughing with Trina and saying, there's a guy over there, it was Tony, who's really giving you the eye. My wife later said, I think there are a few sparks between Tony and Trina. Well, long story short, Tony decided to move to Abilene, but not just to pursue Trina, to try to have a second, or sometimes Tony and I laugh about our lives, a 252nd chance from God to be faithful. And so Tony started in. Now, getting off addiction and following your heart for Jesus, that's a tough journey. And it was tough for Tony. He had ups and downs, and sometimes had he 2 steps back and 3 forward, but Tony kept battling and struggling. He got close to some elders at church. A lot of people surrounded him and loved him and prayed with him and helped him. And obviously his brother and sister-in-law, Tim and Tracy, helped, but so did Trina as they started dating. They began to fall in love, but always there were 2 questions that were always there to be answered. For Trina, it was always, I've had the love of my life. Can I really love again? And how do I love Tony without being disloyal to my memories of Kelly? And for Tony, the question's always, can I be faithful enough to make a family with Trina and lead that family to follow Jesus and in following Jesus. So last Sunday, they answered that with a resounding yes. Came to grips with the fact that Trina would always love Kelly, but she could love Tony and make a life with him. Tony, knowing that God's grace was great enough to not only forgive him, but to lead him to find someone like Trina. So Tony and Trina are going to do amazing things for God, because he really is the God that gives second chances, and maybe third and fourth and fifth and 252nd chances in this life. So God bless you, Tony and Trina. Do great things in the kingdom.